Yeah, give it a shot. So I wanted to ask you, how long do patients need to use the pump before they start seeing results? Is that something that, every time they want to get an erection, they have to use the pump and that's it? Or do you see some improvement in terms of after a while they can kind of get erect on their own, or it's improving the speed in which they're getting erect? Because you probably communicate with a lot of them.
I do. And this is where it cannot be overstated the phrase everybody's journey is different. It's also, of course, one of the most asked questions that men have is, well, how long is this erectile dysfunction going to last? So, to give
Yeah.
some background on the specifics of men in my audience, when they've had prostate cancer treatment, especially the surgery, when the prostate is removed, there's a set of nerves around the prostate called the cavernous nerves. So, they are responsible essentially to complete the phone call from the brain getting aroused and stimulated down to the penis saying, let's make an erection happen. So
Right.
it's sort of almost like this sort of, there is a disconnect in that wire, put it very, very simply, when the prostate is removed. Even if those nerves are spared, they're extremely thin, like fine and sensitive. So even the light and heat from surgery can turn them into this sort of offline, traumatized state that just takes a while to come back online. So this
Right.
is where there is actually a bit of this no man's land of wondering how long is this going to take? Because it depends on a few factors, such as what nerves were actually spared, what remains, how long will that process take? What we know is that process, they call it neuropraxia, of the nerves recovering, can take up to 2 years. And there's now research showing even beyond 2 years, there are men who start to see erectile function start to return even beyond that point. You can imagine
Wow.
2 years is an extremely long time for somebody to be just wondering, is any of this rehabilitation going to work?
Yeah.
So the will this help get the erections back side of things? I think it has to be made very clear that it's a lot of that is so dependent on nerve function. And right now, we don't have a way of actually measuring specifically that set of cavernous nerves. What the pump does help with, though, in the meantime, is essentially, maintaining the integrity of the penile tissue, because it's not just the arousal induced erections that you no longer get if those nerves aren't operating. It's also nocturnal erections.
Yes, right.
Right. So
So
this
you
is
need
this
you need
is
erections to kind of keep the penis healthy, and doing that with a pump, driving more blood into the penis tissue, will kind of keep it in a good state, I assume.
That's it. It's almost thinking of it more as, don't think of the pump as this will get my erections back. Think the pump is here to replace the nocturnal erections I didn't get overnight. So in a way,
Right.
your body used to take itself to the gym. The genital gym is just built in, and actually the clitoris does it too. We get engorgement every night too. You just don't really
Right.
notice it. Well, it's a bit more noticeable when
Yeah.
you get to have a penis, a little bit
Yeah.
more external feedback. But we could be not experiencing that, we know that over time, if there isn't some kind of replacement blood flow stimulating activity, such as using a pump or maybe with injections, then over time, atrophy can occur. The penile tissue also, we've noticed there can be some shrinkage. So that's a thing. I have a
Mhm.
lot of men in my audience where they're using a pump just to maintain or even regain size that they have lost post surgery. And sometimes it's to the degree where they're actually having problems urinating because of the shrinkage that's occurred. So the pump, it's more seen more as a piece of gym equipment in this
Okay, got it.
sense.